New information on a former deputy who coerced a woman into sex.
KGW investigator Kristen Severance obtained a more than 100-page investigation into former Multnomah County Sheriff's Deputy Dwight Ritchie. Kristen, according to the report, other women say that he touched them inappropriately or pressured them into sex.
Yeah, so we got the investigation today. We went through it all day. These pages detail multiple sexual encounters with other county employees while on duty at the courthouse, a consensual relationship with a sitting judge, and at least one other woman who said Ritchie forced her to have sex. The Washington County Sheriff's Office started investigating Multnomah County Deputy Dwight Ritchie after a woman accused him of rape off duty at a mutual friend's home. The report shows the woman was dog sitting at the friend's home. She said Ritchie showed up, offered her a back rub, and pressured her into sex. She said no multiple times and cried throughout the encounter. He pled guilty to coercion and was sentenced to 3 years probation and can no longer be in law enforcement. KGW talked to the woman last month but did not identify her.
I wish Mr. Ritchie could spend time in jail. Maybe then he would understand what it feels like to say no and stop, but still have his body violated and his feelings and tears disregarded.
That led to a broader investigation into Ritchie's conduct. According to the report, a Multnomah County clerk said she and Ritchie had multiple sexual encounters at work. She said he was in uniform and on duty when this occurred. She said he would, quote, guilt her into it at the workplace. Another county employee said she was in a sexual relationship with Ritchie. In a recorded statement, she said this happened at the courthouse while he was in uniform wearing his earpiece. A third county employee also said she had a sexual relationship with Ritchie. She said on one occasion he made unwanted sexual advances towards her while on duty at the courthouse. A sitting judge also admitted to having a sexual relationship with Ritchie. She strongly denied it ever happening at the courthouse. The judge's name is redacted in the report. And another former co-worker told detectives Ritchie grabbed her, quote, kissing her very hard and forcefully. She said in Ritchie's car she, quote, tried to fight him off, but he was, quote, very forceful and painful. She said she was pressured into giving him oral sex in the car. She also said, quote, I think he has a lot of victims out there. So there are no other criminal cases pending against Ritchie right now. I'm still waiting to hear back from his attorney. Now, we just got the investigation today. We still have a lot of questions. We asked the DOJ why they didn't pursue professional misconduct charges regarding those sex on duty allegations. A spokesperson said they do not comment on decisions they make about prosecutions. A spokesman for Ritchie's former employee, the Multnomah County Sheriff's Office, they sent us a statement. They said that the MCSO has a professional standards unit in place to investigate complaints and allegations of misconduct. They said as we review this investigation or if additional information comes to light, we will immediately take appropriate action. So still a lot of questions here, Dan, and we're going to stay on top of this story.
We know you will. Thank you, Chris.